This district is wild. Like if Yerevan had a DLC, it would have been the most depressing yet the most intriguing one yet. Welcome to Yerevan. Or no, I should say Bangladesh. No, not the country which has people serving green fish and chips for some reason. Bangladesh, like the real Bangladesh, which is somewhere in Yerevan. Apparently, to my information, there are other Bangladeshes too, like the one in Banazor, with many still waiting for the right time to be discovered. But we surely know that there is one OG Bangladesh, and that is in Yerevan. Now, Akhberjan, don't forget, join the Akhberut because why not, Angirjan? I swear, this district as a whole is the ultimate Qyartu spawn point in Armenia, and it kinda makes sense, because the entire district is literally so depressing, yet kinda nostalgic at the same time. Now, Bangladesh Qyartus call themselves Bemekci or Bangladeshi, which basically makes Bangladesh the place where childhood nostalgia meets existential dread. Now, honestly, I thought there's nothing much to do here until I hit Google. Like, bro, the only thing I know about Bangladesh is their Kaiser supermarket and some Home Depot looking store. Oh, and also Balayan for some reason. Now, I want to be real with you. I almost never visited this district, partly because there's nothing to do there apart from Larvasnel in Deep Loksh. Like on one side you get Qyartus just chilling with their entire pan-Qyartist Banyat ideology. And on the other side you have Nefers, just existing next to them, which makes you think why and how Nefers survive in Bangladesh out of all places. Short answer, Balayan. Literally the only place inside the Qyart environment that made its students develop an anomalous immunity towards them for some reason. Like, honestly, this should be studied. Apparently, Bangladesh has 143 million people living there, to my knowledge. And Armenian Bangladesh literally has 143,000. Vobshm, back to Bangladesh. Basically, Grove Street meeting Silent Hill for some reason in a Soviet blocky district. So, where did this district in general get the name Bangladesh? Well, I guess it's time for our usual historic deep dive to think this through. Now you see, this district was originally known as Malatia-Sebastia, which were once two different villages that got connected to Yerevan because Yerevan was speedrunning towards the 1 million population count. Some got houses as a gift from the USSR. Some got their compensation because their houses were literally demolished in Kentron back in the day. So in the end, they merged those two villages together for some reason. Hence, giving birth to Malatia-Sebastia. Pretty cool, huh? But why Bangladesh, Akhber? Why is this district carrying a country's name that smells like fish and rain like 24/7? Bangladesh's independence movement became very well known apparently. After the Bengalis declared independence from Pakistan, these news became insanely popular inside the Soviet Union. I don't know, to be honest, Reddit says so. Another idea is that this place is too distinct and too far from Kentron, which made people compare this district to Bangladesh out of all places. Because Bangladesh is literally on the other side of the world, like literally on the other Ashkharit. It is what it is. Ladesh better be filed because we're going to Bangladesh. Get it? Janad Yuhi Ladesh. Now, Bangladesh was the area where the first ever gang wars happened in Armenia and during the Soviet Union too. The average Qyartu density inside Bangladesh exceeds normal levels, and you will feel it the second you enter it. So basically, more Nivas, more Dolya Varovskaya tracks, max subwoofers, and more Horesarev everywhere you go. Each district inside Bangladesh has its own original name and has its own original culture too. Like, I swear I still don't know why they don't make a game about this, man. Like, Rockstar Games is falling off consistently by hyping up GTA 6 while missing stuff like these. If I were them, I would have made a game about Bangladesh before releasing GTA 6. Definitely not because I'm Armenian, because, you know, me Armenian. Speaking of the districts, it is said that those districts were so small that many clashes happened between them. So in order to differentiate each other, which was pretty hard, obviously, they had to hit one another. Like maybe ritually punching each other, I don't know how this works. But it is what it is. Bangladesh is diverse and pretty much depressive at the same time because of those Soviet blocks. The first buildings inside Bangladesh were 5 stories tall, but then came the Georgian-style apartments, also known as Cheburashka, and later on 10 to 14 floor buildings, completing whatever this PvP arena is. Each apartment has a small pulpulak next to it, which is basically free water, and mind you, Armenia's greatest plus is having free water everywhere, except for the smog now covering Yerevan.
Fog is coming.
Օդում փոշու մասնիկները գերազանցել են թույլատրելի չափը։
Բոլորը գլխապտույտում է Երևան, եկապել եք։
Շշում ենք և չեմ ասում։ Fog is coming.
Շատ հորի է օդը, սիրելի բարեկամներ։ Որ ասում ենք հորի են, մեր սովորական հորին չէ, հորի, կյանքի հետ անհամատեղելի հորի է։
Fog is coming.
Like, come on, man, I don't want Yerevan to turn into a shithole. Vobshm, back to Pulpulaks. They were not just free water, they were also dedicated to residents who contributed a lot to the community, which is basically the apartment building as a whole. Those Pulpulaks are built different too, man. Like, they don't freeze at all. The only trade-off is just too cold to be drunk in the winter. Well, I definitely didn't drink it. Love. I lied. I did drink it. And it's banger. Now, Bangladesh itself is home to many wonders of Armenia. Basically, architecture speedrunning schizophrenia at this point. Like, there is a literal castle, which seems to be ancient, but it's not actually. There is this one goated statue of a mountain goat, which I think is pretty based and pretty goated at the same time. Get it? Newsflash, the statue has no connection with the castle. Would be cool if there was, actually, but Kasar, this castle was supposed to be a playground, also known as the Armenian Disneyland. With Armenian hopars, cosplaying as Mickey Mouses. You know how bizarre it's gonna be to be greeted with an Armenian hopar dressed up as Mickey Mouse? It would practically outsell Disney at this point. But eventually they realized that there's gonna be a lot of money put into this, and so it never actually happened. It turned into a car wash though, which is single-handedly the most Armenian business at this point, with some other parts logically becoming a parking spot too, which feels like playing King of the Hill, but for rich people. Like, they buy a house, build it a bit, then a different guy comes and buys it, scraps everything up and rebuilds it. Vobshm, as we go north from the Armenian Disneyland car wash concoction, we end up in Kaltsevoy, which feels like ancient Greek architecture meeting colors, which also meets Soviet Armenia at this point. But honestly, many say it doesn't fit. I mean, the name is pretty original, pretty Soviet too. It means roundabout, which kind of reminds me of mini Vatican, but with Qyartus instead of the papal guard. Like, imagine Qyartu guards with Adidas tracksuits holding the holy grail of Qyartness, the Banyat Codex. Also, this is where the streets of Andranik and Rafi merge. Basically the two widest streets in all of Yerevan. Exactly where Andranik's statue is. Now, Andranik is a very based individual. Like, he made the Ottomans literally shit themselves. In the first Balkan War, he fought on the Bulgarian side, trolled the Ottomans so hard that they logged off the entire, war. He was also a mastermind general and strategist who defeated the Ottomans yet again near Arakelodzvank. Sans banner, really. There is also this one story about him where he walked into a bar in Tiflis and Shirvanzadeh greeted him as he was dead drunk. He was like, "Yo, dude, did you liberate Western Armenia?" And Andranik got so mad he smacked him. Before the usual trend of Chris Hawk slapping Will Smith happened. No women involved this time. Vobshm, back to the statue. Most people living in Bangladesh celebrated the fact that Andranik's grave was eventually transferred to Armenia, and Andranik's statue became a top Lervasnel area for many Bangladeshis. There is this one OG church near it, which kinda reminds me of this marvelous building, which collapsed due to an earthquake in the Middle Ages. The Holy Trinity Church is actually one of the newest additions to the district. Constructed in 2001, this place is full during holidays. Like, it's ancient, but it's not ancient at the same time, if you ask me. Next to all of these, there's Malatya Shuka, where during the 1990s, people sold literally anything. As we know, the Soviet Union fell in 1991, with it bringing down an entire communist system. Houses got stripped out of electricity and all Soviet infrastructure collapsed overnight. Where the West cheered with their retro dances and parties and whatnot in the USA, Armenians lived quietly in the dark, and I gotta say those were some pretty tragic days. And they were known as the dark and cold years. There is also the Kino Hayastan building, which is literally the Armenian Lervasnel point in Bangladesh next to the Andranik statue. People would flee from classes just to get there. And honestly, I did it too, but not here. I was in Gendron out of all places. And as a kid, I would fake the fact that I was sick, and I played it so well that I accidentally hurt my head while falling. You might say, yeah, it's worth it, but is it really worth it if you flee classes only to find yourself in deep loksh? Next to all of this, there's this one park where Qyartus and Hopars actually get along pretty well. Known as the Vahan Zatikyan Park, this is where you lervesnel when you are in deep loksh. Now Vahan Zatikyan was the first governor of the Bangladesh area, also known as Thagapet, who made Bangladesh basically. This is the only place where Qyartus and Hopars live in harmony, playing chess and blood together. It's the place where Qyartusis roam freely, where Nefers have immunity, thanks to the one and only Balayan. The true Bangladesh is in Yerevan, and it's Malatia-Sebastia, the only place where Pulpulak water is colder than your ex. Now, since Baner Akhber, make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Davайте ախպերներ ջան, ես հելա։
Չմոռանանք, որ միշտ կա մի մարդ, որ չի ուզում մեր լավը։ Իսկ ով չի ուզում մեր լավը։
Փողնես խաբար չկա, չես կարա գոնե մի հատ զանգես, ասես ոնց եք, ինչ եք, տղեկ, կարոտել եմ, եկեք մի հատ հանդիպենք։ 30 տարի, վարկյանի պես տենես դու կճանաչես, իրանք կճանաչեն քեզ։ Մեկը Եվրոպա է, մյուսը Ամերիկա, մեկը թոշակի է անցել, մյուսը արդեն չկա։ Տարիներ, երկաս